Hi, this is SorrelsSouls. Today we'll be making a gumball machine frog. What do I do with all these gumballs now? Game plan for this video. We have to figure out our design first of all, and then sculpt it. Next we'll have to figure out printing this. I usually do resin. I'm gonna do both resin and FDM printing this time, which will be a challenge because I don't know anything about FDM, filament printing. I still have a giant clear dome to worry about, which might give us some struggles. Also, I don't know how many gumballs I'm gonna need for this thing. Let us know how many gumballs it takes to fill the gumball machine, because I have a feeling it's gonna be more than I think. We'll have to move on to sanding and priming. We'll do some paint, pretty straightforward. And then finally we have to assemble it all together and hope that goes well. So let's start with design. We had 3 designs to choose from. I asked my patrons which one, and they overwhelmingly voted for this one. So let's see if we can bring it to life. While we hop into sculpting, I'm going to give some lore. Every month on Patreon, my patrons vote for the Frog of the Month. They give their suggestions, top ones go to a poll, and Gumball Machine was suggested by my patron Gavin, along with fan art that he made. This was posted over a year ago, and it has been in every single poll it has made it, I believe, for the past year. So this has been a long time coming. Everyone's been rooting for the Gumball Machine for months. When this idea originally won, there's a lot of buzz. People were like, how cool would it be if it could be a functioning gumball machine? Which I agree, but also, who do you think I am? I am an amateur sculptor. I am not an engineer. But I was like, there's no way that's gonna happen. However, we had pretty significant delays because of finishing up the last cake layer that I thought, everyone's waiting, I might as well make it worth the wait. I'm gonna try to make this thing functional. Let's see if we can do it. I found this video of someone making a cardboard gumball machine, and I was like, okay, maybe I can do that. And then I saw 3D print files of people making candy dispensers, which looked way more feasible. That's what I saw that and I was like, hey, wait a minute, I might be able to actually do that. This is what we're working with here. Here's the finished prototype, essentially. My husband did have a lot of concerns. I was like, hey, honey, look what I did. He was like, what are your tolerances here? Is this X-centered? Is this knife edge gonna be okay? And I'm like, don't worry, we don't have to worry about all that. It'll be fine. I'm gonna try. Let's see what happens. I want to print this as big as I can without making it too annoying. The dome is going to be the same size as our print bed. That means that I will have to chop up the main base of the gumball machine. And I think we can get these to fit if we just smudge them around a little bit here and there. Ta-da! All right, let's print. See how we did. I'm a little nervous about the dome. Anytime I print like a clear dome, it's kind of like a 50-50 chance of whether or not it fails. Let's go see. Moment of truth. Dome. Okay, well, let's see if we can fix that. Let's see. Ooh, okay, those look good, those look good. I'm here to forever remind you, safety first. Wear your respirator. Also wear your gloves. I like to wear 2 layers just in case I puncture one of them. Like a surgeon. If you are new here, resin printing works differently from filament printing. You have to clean off the liquid resin and post-cure your prints before you can carry on. I'm gonna give these a good scrub and then stick them in the sun. And because a lot of my patrons use FDM printers, I am doing a version in FDM just to see how it goes. Filament is still a bunch of witchcraft and wizardry to me, so... I'm sick. I went to take a nap, but my FDM printer stopped printing, so we need to go check out what happened. I think we ran out of red. To the shop we go. Wow, look at that. We got so far. Filament broken. It says broken, but it sure looks empty to me. All right, I thought I had more red. I do not. We're just going to try printing it in. Pink. Okay, well, everything's flashing now, and the error code says that you need to disassemble the printer. I don't have the bandwidth for this. I've decided to cancel because it's doing weird things. Look, there's a poop back there. Why is a poop back there? Round 2. I'm still sick. I'm gonna stop talking now because I sound like a rotisserie chicken. Ooh. Okay, the suit is a little overkill for sanding, but now that we have all of our parts printed, I need to go through and sand the resin ones because they have a little bit of warping. I'm testing the fit before I glue it all together. However, even after sanding, I couldn't get a good idea of whether or not it will actually work while the piece was still unglued. Yeah, at this stage it's not looking good, but I thought, wait, let's try the FDM version. And oh my goodness, I might have a little bit of hope. Or I did until... I shouldn't make dome things anymore. There's your dome. There it is. I give up. I was about to celebrate the fact that I don't quite sound as much like a turkey in a toaster. However, When I came to the shop today, I found out they're doing ceiling work. If you can even hear me still. All right. This is a job for voiceover, Sorrel. We're sanding today. I glued this bad boy with some epoxy. Now we need to bondo the seams so that I can sand and blend them together. Annoyingly, we did have a little bit of warping, so my two pieces don't fit together perfectly. I prioritized lining up the face and intricate metal bits. However, the really annoying part is going to be sanding all these freaking gumballs. Oh my god, they never end. Guys, my shop is blue. I feel like I'm in a alien lab now. We finally have a decent dome, and now we have a primed and ready to sand gumball base. Time to sand until my fingers bleed, figuratively, literally. I'm going to try to ignore my respirator hair. Good news, we have just about finished sanding, I think. Now I can move on to paint. Paint's actually going to be probably pretty easy for this project, which I didn't consider, but I can actually use spray paint for most of it. I'm going to spray paint this guy red, and then I'm going to go through and just spray paint all the gumballs because it'll be easy to get a nice even coat on all of them. So the most time-consuming part of this project, beyond the dispenser aspect, has actually been sanding all the gumballs. Guess now, how many gumballs are there? I don't know how many there are. I know there are a lot. I want the dome to be like at least 2/3 full. Yeah, let's paint. I also have a display-only version that I tested for my patrons, so we're gonna make that a nice froggy green. Gumballs, 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 gumballs. Good job. Oh my gosh. Already losing some. I have a bunch of gumballs. It looks like, God, it sure doesn't look like very much once they're in this container. I haven't counted them yet. I'm not sure if it will give me more or less dopamine to know how many there are. Maybe after every 20, I will eat a gumball as my reward for painting so many gumballs. So that was a good one. Here's a poor dirt ball. Help me. Hey, that's 20. That means I get a gumball. Okay, maybe I get a gumball for every like 50 gumballs that I paint. Otherwise I'm gonna eat too many. So, there's a lot less of them than I thought there were. I hope I have enough because I really don't want to make more. Oh, don't count, don't cheat. You don't get to cheat when you guess how many gumballs. Let us paint our gumball machine. He doesn't need a lot. I'm gonna patina up the metal and then do all the crevices. Probably a little bit of dry brushing. Gosh, you can see the mayhem of my desk. Get out of here, all this stuff. What is it, all this stuff? Multiple gumball machines. This is now the froglet update corner. Little guy standing on his own. He's only 8 months old. I need him to slow down. This man wants to move. He also loves Libby so much. Libby used to like him until he could move, and now that he can like chase her essentially, she's not a fan. I'm sure it's like a horror movie for her. She just hears the slapping of baby hands. We have gates up now to separate the two of them, mostly to protect Libby from him because, oh my gosh. And we'll have him in there with us, and poor Libby will just be staring through the gate, sticking her nose through the bars. And I'm like, Libby, you can come in, but remember, this is the Thunderdome. As soon as you come in here, he's just gonna chase you round and round and round. Can we take a moment to appreciate the next frog of the month that my patrons chose? Nesting dolls. Busy month for Patreon. Okay, lastly, I just need to make the domes clear. They've been sanded, and now they're all cloudy. Usually I would use UV resin, but I kind of hate working with UV resin. It's like thick, and especially in a dome, it's really hard to coat the inside evenly. At least for me, I mean, I'm sure that's a user error to a degree. I've only ever tried like one gloss spray, and so we're trying a couple of different like lacquers, and then also car headlight spray, which someone has recommended. We're gonna do some tests on our dead broken globe, so let's see how that goes. Okay, the time has come to glue all the pieces together and see if it actually works. The tests look promising, but that's without the weight of like however many gumballs, so I'm worried we might have jams. We're about to find out. I wish I caught on camera the amount of times I have dropped domes, frogs, and things. I need to finish this project before I break it. I'll be using this UV epoxy to attach the tops to the clear domes. And oh my god, where are your gloves, miss? Thank you, thank you. And then using super glue for the rest. And while I'm gluing everything up, this is the perfect time to shout out my Patreon. Thank you so much to all my patrons. If you're interested in joining, we have 2 tiers over there. We have the $3 tier that allows you to vote for the Frog of the Month. And then we have the $6 tier, which gets you the STLs for the Frog of the Month. It's a wonderful crowd over there. Everyone has amazing ideas. We also have a group chat where you're able to share your frog art. None of this would be possible without my patrons. I wouldn't be making a freaking gumball frog. So a huge thank you to my tadpoles and polywogs over on Patreon. All right, the big question, of course, is does it dispense gumballs? Which, drumroll please. Kind of. Kind of. Okay, it does dispense them. I did make an error in my calculations. I made a base piece so that the gumballs will drop and roll forward nicely into here. It's a little too thick, and their opening here is a little too short, so they get stuck. Who could have seen this coming? We did also have issues with the cleared dome. I didn't notice until after I cleared it, but there was warping when it printed. I'm not sure why. We've got some weird like texture going on. I think in the future, if I were to redo this, I would just buy a pre-made dome. I hope that's not too underwhelming. I hope it still looks nice. Does it still look nice? Listen, I'm proud of myself, even if I kind of fail a little bit. But of course, the bigger question, how many gumballs to fill the gumball machine? It's not quite as full as I wanted, but if you guessed, you would be correct. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.